Alright, welcome back. So next word is fictitious. Alright, fictitious. Fictitious. Alright, so we have fake, fictitious, e. The first sound of e, I, e, y. Fictitious. Fictitious. The fourth sound of a, u, u, w. A, u, u, w. Fictitious. Fictitious is the first sound of s. Fictitious. Alright, fictitious. And we have the phonogram pi that says sh. And in this pronunciation system, we have many phonograms that says sh. So we have ti, ci, and si. They all says sh. And there are variants of sh. SH is a phonogram that says sh. And we also have one possibility would be ch. Ch, the phonogram ch has three sounds. The first sound is ch, the second is k, the third is sh. So like chef, like machine would be ch, would be pronounced sh. So it has three sounds, ch, k, sh. So here's will be a little bit trickier. This is two-letter phonogram, and here is the phonogram T followed by the phonogram I. So fictitious. Alright, so let me clean it up. So fictitious, we have again the root fict. The root fict. We have a variant fic. It just belongs to the third group, so the mnemonics we use for the third group will be drop T, drop T or C, but not both. Drop T or C, but not both. So we have fic and fit as the variants of fict. So it means to make or do something. To make or do something. So next we have "-ious", an adjective suffix "-ious", meaning having the nature of something. Having the nature of something. So if you don't trust me, that's pretty okay. So you could rely on Dictionary.com, since all of the information I found is either comes from Dictionary.com or online etymology dictionary. So "-ious", meaning having the nature of something. Or you could simply check it out by yourself. Alright, fictitious. Fictitious. So fictitious literally means what? It means having the nature of being made. Having the nature of being made. So something having the nature of being made. So fictitious will be used to describe man-made stuff rather than natural stuff. Right, so having the nature of being made. Having the nature of being made. Having the nature of being made. Being made. So for example, we could say, let's say Tifa. A very popular character in Final Fantasy VII. Tifa is a fictitious character. Tifa is a fictitious character. Fictitious character. Alright, TOEFL is a fictitious character. Alright, due to the copyrights, I cannot post the TOEFL's picture in my channel. So, alright, let's move on to the next one. Next, we have fiction. Fiction. Stress is on the first syllable, so we have fiction. 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 Rather than fiction or fiction. We have fiction since the stress is on the first syllable. So fiction. Alright, fiction. Again, we have the root fic or fict or fit, meaning to make or do something. To make or do something. And we have ion. Noun suffix ion or shon or Asian, meaning state, condition, process, or result. State, condition, process, or result. So fiction literally means what? It means the result of something being made. That's it. Quite simple. The result of something being made. Something being made. Alright, fiction. So for example, we have science fiction, science fiction. We may have other type of fictions. So science fiction would be known as sci-fi for short. So science fiction, or we have romantic fiction. Romantic fiction. Or we may have historical fiction. Fiction. Alright, science fiction, romantic fiction, historical fiction. Many different categories of fictions. Alright. So next word is infect. 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 The first sound of e. Infect. The first sound of x. So infect. Infect. And we have the prefix. The prefix in means the specific thing. And we have the root fact, and it has variants that emphasis, meaning to make or do something. So infect literally means what? It means to make somebody have the specific thing. In this case would be virus or disease. So disease or virus. So we have to make make somebody have the specific thing. What kind of thing? Disease or virus? To make somebody have disease. Use this one. Disease or virus. Alright, infect. That's it. To make somebody have disease or virus. Infect. Alright, so for example, we could say the number of people What kind of people? Those people infected with COVID-19 the number of people infected with COVID-19 has increased in the last 2 weeks. For example, in the last 2 weeks. Alright, the number of people infected with COVID-19 has increased in the last 2 weeks. Alright, next we have infection. Infection. Alright, infection. And again, we have the prefix in, meaning the specific thing in this case. So let's review different possibility of this prefix in. So we have I am, I am, I L, I R. As a common negation, it means not. And also we have I am, I N, I L, I R. It means in. That is within or inside something. And we have the prefix in, meaning the specific thing. So it's just variants of in. If we narrow down the scope from the large scope down to specific thing is in. Alright, so in this case it means the specific thing. And we have again the root fact. The root fact or its variants edifice. Meaning to make or do something. And we have the root, now suffix, ion, or shun, or Asian, meaning state, condition, process, or result. So state, condition, process, or result. So infection literally means what? It means the state of making somebody having disease or virus. That's it. The state of making somebody have something, have the specific thing, have specific disease or virus, have the specific disease or virus. Alright, the state of making somebody having a specific disease or virus. Infection. Alright. So for example, we have, let's say we have here for long infection. May have broad infection. We may have, let's say, severe infection, or severe or serious. And we may have mild infection. Alright, just name a few. Alright, next we have manufacture as a noun. Manufacture. So first syllable man, you, the second sound for you, manufacture. So the stress put on the third syllable, manufacture. Facture. So here, the phonogram T says ch sound because had a blending purpose. It's just easier to pronounce. So the phonogram T sound will become ch sound. Or you familiar with IPA would be something like this. Maybe, yeah. Manufacturer. So it's just for the blending purpose, since manufacturer will be harder to pronounce than manufacture. So for by assimilation, t sound become ch sound, since they are quite similar and easier to pronounce. So in this case, followed by u sound. The u sound, followed by sound. Manufacture. So by blending purpose, we have manufacturer rather than manufacturer. Alright, and we have the root menu or man or man, meaning hand. And we have the root fact. Of course, it has variants tackle, and fair, meaning to make or do something. And lastly, we have the noun suffix. Noun suffix "ur", meaning process, result, function, or office. So manufacture literally means what it means. The process of making something, some kind of products by hands. That's it. The process of making something. Making something. So products by hands. By hands. Of course, nowadays, parts of the manpower are replaced by machines. But the word, of course, the word was created before the invention of machine. That's why it has the hands, meaning of hands inside the word, implicitly. Alright, manufacture. The process of making products by hands. Alright, so for example, we could say we have the manufacturer of smartphones. For example, manufacture of smartphones. Smartphones. Alright, next. Manufacture. Again, manufacture as a verb in this case. Manufacture. The same pronunciation, so manufacture. Manufacture. Back. Manufacture. Alright, manufacture. Again, let's review the root menu. We have the root menu. And its variants man and min. Meaning hand. And we have the root fact. And its variants fact, fackle, and fair. Meaning to make or do something. To make or do something. And lastly, we have fewer, the noun suffix fewer, meaning process, result, function, office. Function or office. Alright, manufacture. So it's a verb, it means what? It means to make products, by hands. That's it. To make as a verb becomes to make products by hand. To make products, make products by hand. Cool, manufacture. So for example, we could say manufacture. We could say, let's say the food companies manufacture Manufacture. Manufacture what? Of course, because it's a food company. They manufacture food or processed food. Processed foods. Processed foods. All right. The food companies manufacture processed food. Of course, those are replaced by machine, not hands. Most or parts are replaced by hands. Replaced by machine, not hands. Since machines are invented to replace manpowers. All right, manufacture. And we have next, proficient. 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 So we have, look, CI. Reveal that. Let's recall that we have the phonogram DI, CI, SI, SSH. So proficient, proficient, proficient. All right, we have the prefix. Now the prefix pro. The prefix pro means before, forward or for. So before, forward, or forward means support. And we have the root, fake. So we have faked, fake, or faked. Meaning to make or do something. And we have connecting vowel is used to connect the root and the suffix in this case. And we have and an adjective, suffix, and meaning in a certain condition. Condition. So proficient in turn means what? It means in a condition of making something forward. In the condition of making something forward. That's it. In the condition of making something forward. That is, you have the skill. You have the skill to push or to make something forward. So, for example, let's say Ruru, a famous YouTuber in Taiwan who plays piano. So Ruru is proficient. Is proficient in what? In playing the piano. Playing the piano. Ruru is proficient in playing the piano. Piano. Alright, so is able to move, to make the sound moving forward. So he has a skill to play the piano. He has the skills to make the sound, the make the music notes comes out correctly from the piano to make those sounds moving forward. So if you don't have the skill to do it, you are not able to make it forward. That's it, proficient. And lastly, we have proficiency. 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 The proficiency. The fourth sound of E-I-E. So again, C says S because it's followed by E-I or Y. So Y in this case. So C followed by Y in this case says S. Since, yeah. The spelling rule, first spelling rule says C says C always soften to S when followed by E-I or Y. Otherwise, C says K. Of course, there are just a very small percentage of words that violate this rule, but just this, you can ignore those exceptions since according to the data, it has about less than 20 words that violate this rule. So it's about the statistics. So that's, it says always soften to S when followed by E-I or Y. All right, proficiency. So we have the root pro. Meaning before, forward, before. That is support. And we have the root pick, which is a variant of picked, meaning to make or do something. And again, we have connecting vowel. It's used to connect a root and a suffix. And we have ence, the noun suffix ence, meaning condition. Is a noun suffix, condition. Condition. And lastly, we have E. The noun suffix E is a variant of IT or T, meaning state, condition, or quality. State, condition, or quality. So proficiency literally means what? Literally means the condition of making something forward. That's it. The condition of making something forward. Making something forward. Forward. The condition of making something forward. So for example, let's say TOEFL. TOEFL is an exam for testing proficiency. Proficiency of your academic English. Academic English. So just test your proficiency of your English in different type of aspects, like listening, speaking, writing, listening, writing, yeah. So just test all the aspects of your English in the academic learning environment. So just test your skill, have the ability to move those English words to sentence, to the whole paragraphs, to make those type of stuff moving forward. All right, proficiency. Next. All right, next, in the next section, we are gonna study some words, just, some words, not too much. Let's share the root labor, meaning work. All right, see you on the next video. Let's move on.